For the Lady Knights 5A Conference Volleyball game. Tonight's contest is between the Tigers of Millenium and your Lake Havasu Lady Knights. The Tigers enter tonight's contest with an overall record of 7-1. The Lady Knights have an overall record of 1-5. At this time, I would like to announce the Arizona Interscholastic Association, with mutual agreement of these two schools, prescribes to the 6 pillars of character and sportsmanship. These teams would like to remind you that sportsmanship and objectives of educational athletics are what set this event apart from other levels of competition. You as fans, please join us in exemplifying these values. Now, let's meet the teams and lineups for today's contest, beginning with the Tigers. Number 5, Olivia Pavlicek. Number 4, Olivia Pavlicek. Number 5, Bianca Perez. Number 8, Jordan Miller. Number 9, Annabella Flores. Number 11, Olivia Flanagan. And number 12, Erin Jones. The Tigers are coached by Julie Bastine. Good luck to the Tigers. And now it's time to meet your Varsity Lady Knights volleyball team. Let's go, Lady. Number 3, Olivia Legrand. Number 5, Reese Myers. And number 7, Ashlyn Tibet. And number 11, Carly Cordillero. Number 12, Maddie Dara. And number 14, Rylan Smith. The Knights are coached by Kim Rodriguez, who's assisted by Rachel Meehan, Adrian Adams, Shannon Murray, Bailey Gross, Taylor Powell, and Lisa Seneca. Tonight's officials are Mike Sledabo and Dan Powell. At this time, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
That is the introductions of the teams and the Star Spangled Banner. We are ready to get started here.
And we're ready for the amazing, what I call the COVID greeting. Here it comes.
Here we go.
Traditional start for our Havasu Knights. Getting themselves psyched up, ready to go.
Now, so last night against the Vipers, the Lady Knights were able to kind of hold their own for a little bit.
They did hold their own for a lot of it, more than everyone predicted them doing. And right now, we're going to kick it off. We got Reese Myers ready to serve for the Knights. Big dig by the Knights, able to
And
get it back
save
over.
that in epic fashion. Into the net by the Knights, and that gives the Millenium Tigers the first score.
Tigers strike first. I tell you, the way that was going, that looked like that was going to end up going to the Knights.
Whoa, and that's going to go into the stands.
Tigers up 2-0.
That was that little bit of tip over the net just to get them over there. Didn't seem to work in the Knights' favor this time, but see if we can get that working. It was a good run there by the Knights, playing their game, and that was right into the garbage can. Oh.
It looks like timeout. Havasu's going to take the timeout.
Timeout for Lake Havasu. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get a volleyball out of the garbage can.
Yeah, you are dedicated to your job. That's for sure.
Well, you know, they may not have made the score, but they got the dunk.
That's in the next season.
Hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, cold drinks, candy. Support the Lake Havasu Knights Volleyball Booster Club.
And we sure do here at Havasu Online TV, because that's pretty much where we get dinner on these nights.
That's in answer to Brian asking, who do we complain about this team being named the Tigers and not the Falcons, as in Millennium Falcons?
And
Good.
this is where Brian is missed tonight for sure.
Brian is our co-announcer most nights. That was a perfect textbook bump set spike by the Knights and for the score. So Knights are on the board now, 1-5.
Now the jitters are over, and
Smith is serving. Excellent serve.
that's going to be a great serve by the Knights there.
Excellent serve there by Rylan. We have been broadcasting Rylan since she was on the freshman team. Although I don't think she was ever on just the freshman team.
Oh, she was always doing double duty sometimes, being JV as well.
Yep, talented athlete. And a senior this year.
Senior this year, and in my class. You got to claim JV, I get to claim varsity.
Oh.
Knights got that one just off the fingertips.
Overshot that spike by just a little bit. Wasn't able to get it before they were on the ground. Serve today. Let's see, number 10, Mackenzie Pollert is the server.
That one just bounced off a Knight, so that's going to go to Millennium.
Coming in for the Tigers, Charlotte Goto.
I apologize, you do not have the Millennium
Millennium roster at this time.
Tonight. We do have the Knights roster, but we do not have the Millennium roster. Great.
Digs it out, puts it over. Knights with the save.
Perfect setup there.
Battle at the net. Millennium able to block that.
Millennium blocked that one in a perfect block. Score 3-8 in favor of Millennium. Oh, just not able to get that over. The defensive blocking by Millennium at the net seems to be a problem.
If Brian was here, he'd have sat there and asked what ladder is Millennium standing on.
Well, I'm not Brian. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'll forgive you this time.
Oh, that was a textbook bump, set, and spike by the Knights, but the block came back their way. They got it back over the net, but Millennium was ahead of them and put it right in the middle of no man's land where they could not recoup. Good communication by the Knights, talking to each other.
This is now where it's going to get tight at the net. And in no man's land, and the Knights pull it out.
Perfect response. And I am way behind on scoring, guys. It is Knights 4, Tigers 10. Serving is number 3, Olivia LeGrand.
Just off the fingertips of number 10. Not able to get it back over. Does the touch. Millennium fires it right back. Knights having to fight to save it.
Trying to save it.
And you just saved our equipment.
That was a little bit of panic inducing.
4-12 for the Tigers.
I'm getting so caught up in the game, I'm forgetting to update the score. So, apologies.
Well, that's right. I'm out handling social media right now. Which, if you are a Millennium fan or Havasu fan, call, like, subscribe, let your friends know this is where you're going to catch the game.
That was out, which gives the Knights the side out. Serving is number 7, Ashlyn Tibbetts, another one of our seniors.
Yes, it is. Nice and deep. Millennium, though, plays it up.
Good dig by Havasu, getting that back. Got back over in 3, of course. Oh.
Right there in that sweet spot, wide open.
Excellent hook positioning. Brian says, man, they know a few maneuvers. Yeah, they do, but they wouldn't be ranked number 2 in the state if they didn't.
No, they would not. Olivia Flanagan, by the other announcer, serving for the Millennium. Knights not able to dig that up. Want to give a huge shout out also to Mr. Hart. Robert Hart, who's Randy Hart, I thought was.
Randy, sorry.
We're just in shock by it.
True to his word, he has donated to our coffee fund to help us raise our funds for our new camera controller. We are extremely grateful and thankful for his donation. Humbled, really. Oops, sorry, that was the Knights score, not.
Maddie Dara now on the serve. That one went a little bit out.
Maddie Dara, again, another senior on the squad. Another one we've been watching since she was a freshman. And another one who's been on the varsity squad more than she's been on the JV squad.
Yeah, very strong senior line here. Tips it over. Battle at the net now. Already prejudged it. To the sideline. Great job by the Knights there, keeping it alive.
Playing that ball to the very end.
Exactly. They're playing it like they're not down by 10, they're only down by 1, and that's exactly what the Lady Knights need to do now.
Reese Myers on that serve.
That was going to be nice in the night territory. Setting it up. There's the spike.
And off the fingers. That was textbook and beautiful.
Knights now only trailing by 9. And as we saw last night, they will get on a streak and a run like that. They will close the gap.
Reese Myers again on the serve. Good blocking on the net by the Knights, but it still got through. But that
Textbook spike that the camera just trained on the ball, and I apologize to our listeners as my mic has not come back to life.
Seems to be working.
Now it is. I fixed
Okay.
it. 9-17. There's the tip. Knight setting it up.
Trying to put that right in the middle of no man's land. Didn't quite fall where they wanted it to. They are setting this up. And for the Knights, that is a score. That is 10-17.
Both teams are taking every avenue and every aspect out. Throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, into the game.
Whoa! Oh, crap! Sorry, that came right down on my head, or just about. So, yeah, protecting the gear is our #1 concern. That's 3 for tonight.
That's 3 for tonight.
I think we have a target on us.
That one's out.
Out.
Now, and I guess I definitely don't get husband of the year stats. As the ball was coming, I grabbed the camera and moved it, left you fending for yourself.
Yeah, thanks, dear.
What a way to celebrate an 8 years anniversary there with that move.
Yeah. It was our anniversary this week. Excellent dig by the Knights there.
Back and forth.
Sacrificing their bodies for that ball. Oh, so tough.
Number 14, Ryland dives for it. Not able to pull it out.
Ryland always willing to sacrifice to get that ball.
I do not understand how Ryland is not just in a body cast with as many sports as I see her put herself through.
She is quite the athlete. Oh,
there's a block. Knight's able to return it though. Bump it deep. Millenium sets it up.
Tip over and into the net by the Knights, giving the Tigers the score there. And my 0 doesn't seem to want to work tonight. We have a timeout by Lake Havasu. Excellent opportunity for you to find out a little bit about our sponsor today. Our signature sponsor is?
Signature sponsor is Anderson Auto Group. Longtime supporter of everything pretty much like Havasu. They help out the school districts, in every project they have. They're big supporters of the Knights, also scholastic and sports organizations. And pretty much if you need Anderson there, they're going to be there to help you out. And also, folks, if you're looking for a new or used automobile or some kind of vehicle, I invite you to go visit the Anderson Auto Group, as you're going to find exactly what you need, exactly what you want, and sometimes they're going to show you exactly what you really need as to what you want, kind of like what they did with us, because I wanted something with great gas mileage, and they actually made me win over to a Prius. And I am so happy with that vehicle right now.
He loves that car.
That car's my favorite child. That hit
was out, just outside the line.
Just, and Brian would have called that in from our viewpoint.
He would have, but it was wrong. It was out.
Brian's never wrong, according to Brian. Knights down by 10.
Oh, good dig. Let's go, Lady Knights. Yes, good job.
Keeping it alive again. Putting it back over. Setting it up. Gets it over. Oh, and into the net.
What an excellent they dug out those balls like you would not believe.
And the thing is, and I gotta give it up for the Knights.
Self-sacrificing
You,
their bodies for that ball.
you hear the fans cheering on it. You gotta give it for the Knights. Again, out on that one.
Giving the Knights a side out. They are now at 12 to 22. Number 10 is serving Mackenzie Pollard.
Great serve there.
Excellent serve. Oh, and off of Ryland Smith.
Off of Ryland.
And going the wrong direction, unfortunately.
Now, you see the looks on Millennium's face when that last rally.
They were not expecting the Knights to hit back that hard.
To keep going back and back and back. And that's one of the secrets of this Knights team is they just keep the ball in play.
The other secret is that they get better the longer they're on the court.
Very much true.
Excellent job by the Knights. Reading that play and tipping it just over the net just at the right time. Serving now number 3 is Olivia Legrand. Ooh, digging that out, but not able to get to it. That puts the Tigers at 24. This is the set point.
Set point, best 3 out of 5.
That is correct. At the varsity level, it is 3 out of 5 games instead of 2 out of 3.
Knights need to get the point here and then go on a 13-point streak.
That is the game for the Tigers.
So end of the first set. The Tigers 25, Knights 13. So as we allow them to get ready to set up, we're going to reset our scoreboards. We want to thank you for joining us. We're Havasu Online TV, live from the arena here in Lake Havasu. Millenium versus the Tigers. We'll be right back.
I'm going to take a quick minute just to mention that we are an all-volunteer organization. We are Havasu Online TV, and we do depend on donations as well as sponsorships in order to help us pay our bills as well as improve. That would be the referee complaining that someone's eating a cupcake and not sharing. I agree.
And the thing is, we can actually close in on her. That's number 7 from the JV squad.
Yep. So we tease about our referees and wanting pizza. Maybe they just really want cupcakes.
No, Brian's going to say pizza. They want pepperoni. Speaking of that, if you want dinner tonight and you've not cooked it yet, seeing that it's already 6:30, don't cook it. Grab the phone, call up Papa John's Pizza here in Lake Havasu. Order the Shackaroonie, which is a extra large pizza comprised of pepperoni, or my favorite also, barbecue chicken. Mike's chiming in saying go Knights. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Okay. Tigers are up for the serve in this set. We are back to 0-0 for this game. Here comes our Lady Knights. Textbook, and that went out.
That went out.
The block.
But That was side out, so
Correct. It went off
on
of
the block.
the Millennium's hands at the block at the net, so it would be on them. The
Nice
block
with the
slowed
save.
that down enough to be able to get that. Excellent spike by Rylan Smith. Good dig. Getting that over. And that's going to bounce in as a score for the Knights. Brings the Knights to 2-0 Tigers.
Just have to say, that is the largest lead that the Knights have enjoyed tonight. Brian has chimed in, Hawaiian with crispy bacon. Yep, that's right. That's right, Brian. Hawaiian with our crispy bacon.
Unfortunately, that dig went right back into the net and was not in favor of the Knights. Aaron Jones serving for the Tigers. We have our first viewer from Millennium saying, "Go Tigers."
There you go. Cheer him on from YouTube. All right, go Tigers.
Tanya's asking who won the first 2 games. JVA and JVB were both won by Millennium. Serving is Rylan Smith for the Knights.
And that one's going to be
textbook bump set spike by the Millennium Tigers.
Yep. And Tanya, just so you know, it was both 2-0 in the JVA and the JVB game. Both really good games. If you want to catch the replay, they're right on our YouTube channel and our Facebook.
As well as Twitch and Twitter.
And Periscope.
In on the Knights side. And the Tigers have tied it up 3-3.
So if you want to step away from our live feed, which we encourage you to stick with us at least through the end of the game, Tony, you'll be able to catch those games also, and we do keep them up until Facebook takes them down, which they usually don't.
Never.
I don't know.
Oh.
Battle at the net.
That ball just skittered right across the net for just a second or two. And that ball fell in the Tigers' favor. That battle of defense at the net.
So the Tigers have turned around and answered with 4 points. Knights were expecting a deep hit right in the no-man land by the Millennium.
They just tapped that over right into the middle of just nobody.
Right over the heads of the defenders, in front of the feet of the back line.
Excellent job there by number 3, Olivia Glogrand, bringing that point back to the Knights. It is now 4-5 Knights versus Tigers. And that's going to go out.
And the Knights tie it up now.
Knights tied up 5-5. Now serving is number 10, Mackenzie Pollard.
Also one of mine. Like I said, you got to claim JV. I get the varsity. Spike right there. Tigers bring it back.
Really good play there by the Tigers.
Looks like
we got some substitutions. Substitutions on the Millennium side.
Ava Prince serving for the Tigers.
Score falls on the side of the Knights, giving the score to okay. I guess there's some disagreement on that particular call.
A disagreement or possibly clarification. We do know our officials do take the time with the players once in a while to enlighten them on what and why a reason was called.
That ties up the score 6-6.
6-6 and with authority.
Serving is number 3, Olivia Legrand, for the Knights. Excellent serve by Olivia. Love seeing that. Oh, running for that.
Into the stands.
Went the wrong direction there.
I was trying to get our camera angle to get the shot to show just how far our Knights will go to get that. 6-8, Tigers with the lead. Trying to get it back over, and they do. This ball is still alive. Knights able to recover that spike. And they get the point, and this is what we talked about. And Brian phrased it perfectly in chat right now. This is the Knights that say knee, which anyone who's a good fan of Monty Python's know, of course. That means no. And that is what they say to quitting. Point for the Knights. Point for Havasu Online TV's own Miss Finney for catching that ball before it hit the TV.
That's up to number 4 tonight.
Yes, it is.
Not usually this active in this particular location. That fell out and is the score for the Knights. Number 7, Ashlyn Tibbetts is serving. Ashlyn, another senior on this squad.
I do not have her on my roster in my classroom, but I'll take her.
Unfortunately, that went into the net, which brings the score to 9-9. It's all tied up again. The Knights definitely hanging with the Millenium Tigers tonight.
Millenium Flanagan with the serve. That one's off into the coach's corner.
Definitely some hard servers on the Millenium side.
But the Knights hanging with it, only down by 1, not letting the Tigers get the lead.
They are not scared of that ball coming at them. Oh,
got it back over on that dig. And they win the battle at the net.
Excellent job by the Knights there. And that brings us to 10-10. Madison Dara.
Annette chiming in, go Millenium. Glad to see you cheering on Millenium as well.
And that point goes to Millenium.
We appreciate everybody joining in and chime in. Let these kids know that you're there watching them, you're cheering them on. Trust us, the more they know you're watching, the more they play harder. And with COVID right now, you are the largest viewing audience they have.
That is correct. You know, these kids need that to know that they have supporters out there. They've had a late start to their season. This is only the second home game for the Knights.
Tigers 12, Knights 10.
Excellent job at the
Battle at the net was blocked but stayed on Millenium's side. Knights now get it back 11-12.
Excellent job by the Knights.
The Knights not giving up. They're keeping game 2 close.
Reese Myers on the serve.
Looks like into the net.
Into the net there by the Knights.
The official, I think, gave the signal that number 11 was the one that got into the net.
So Knights 11, Tigers 13.
Oop.
We have someone on the court trying to tie their shoe.
They're trying to tie the shoe as fast as they could. The referees blew the whistle, but trying to tie it as fast as they could.
Into the net.
Into the net for Millenium.
Millennium, which gives Knights that score, bringing them to 12-13.
Again, the Knights keeping it with
number 14, Rylan Smith. Rylan again.
Rylan goes right to the corner with it. Just out of the reach of Rylan trying to defend it.
Off of the shoulder of Maddie Dara. Like I said, these kids are not afraid of that ball coming at them. Even if it hits them in the face, the shoulder, wherever, they're going to go for it.
Goes deep with that one. It's going to be a battle at the net.
Oh, textbook on Millennium's side. And our defender was there trying to dig that out, but just could not get underneath it enough.
Maddie Darrow gave it all. Timeout called by the Knights. Second timeout. Even though there's a 4-point lead, got to tell you, Knights hanging with Millennium in game 2 of the best of 5 series. Now, as full of a house as we can get. Stands with family and friends, all that can possibly make it out.
Only 3 supporters per athlete are allowed into the arena.
As per AIA rules.
As per AIA rules. So we are social distanced.
That's why I sit there and say right now the online viewership, you can show these fans, because when they come on, this generation understands that they're going to look at viewers right away. So definitely give your friends a call. If you've got friends, neighbors, anyone supporting any of these athletes, and sit there and let them know that you support them.
And just a reminder, you know, these kids, they do watch these games after the fact too, to see their performance. Excellent attempt there by the Knights, just couldn't get it.
12-17.
Millennium really knows how to place the ball, and that's super important.
And they in it.
Right there is why the Knights are hanging with them, because they know how to do it just as well.
Exactly. Not giving up.
Gonna play every single ball as best as they can, and Mackenzie Pollard on that serve.
And that was into the net.
4 hits. 4 hits by Millennium gives the Knights. Brian says the force is strong in this game. Yes, yes it is. Kathy says go Knights, go Lady Knights. And Trisha is cheering on Reese.
There we go. Tonight. Letting them know. Cheering on Reese Myers. 14-18. Trying to get it over. Not going to do it.
Could not get that back. These Lady Knights are working hard.
That one's going to bounce off of the net. Serve's not going to make it.
Olivia Legrand back to serve. Short one at the net.
Drops in an ace.
Dropped it right in front of him. Giving it an ace. Number 3, Olivia Legrand.
And
Not
now
gonna
the
take
Knights
it.
striking distance within 2. 17-19.
And Reese. Sorry.
Olivia Legrand.
Olivia still serving here for the Knights.
That's going to pop up. Knott's not able to get underneath it.
Knights not able to get that back. Giving the Tigers the score. Heidi Crook says, "Go Lady Knights." Thank you for joining us, Heidi. Good dig on that one. Getting that over.
Oh.
Oh, off of the net and into Knights territory.
17-21.
We've got a timeout.
Timeout for Havasu, trying to break the momentum again in Millennium. Well, I'm pretty, don't have official standing, but I'm pretty sure Heidi Crook is watching to cheer on Carly Crook, number 16, for Havasu.
I'm not sure if that's the case or not.
Could very well be. I know I did see part of the Crook clan up in the stands. And you can catch us tomorrow night for senior night for football.
Varsity football.
Varsity football,
night.
which it is flipped. Usually senior night is the last night. It is going to be senior night, and then the next following 2 weeks from then will be homecoming game.
A little bit different this year, but again, everything's a little different this year.
Yes, it is. And then Monday we'll be back in the arena here for senior night for the young ladies of volleyball.
All right, we have Millenium on the serve.
Referee's getting everything set to go.
Oh,
Too far for the Knights.
A little too much on that. Joanne says, "Go, Lady Knights, fight." That's right. They are fighting as much as they can here. And Heidi says, yes, Kaylee is her niece, and she's watching from Florida.
Well,
Awesome.
officially, Heidi, you are our farthest fan tonight.
For tonight, yes, so far. If anybody else wants to chime in from their location, if they're watching out of state.
18-22.
I am backwards.
Olivia Flanagan with the serve for the Millennium. That's going to be bat out the net. Won by Millennium this time.
And our social media director is chiming in to say, if you like what you see, support us on coffee. Thank you, Sidel, our social media director.
Our social media director checking in on us as she's nursing an injury.
Yes, she is.
That ball is way too far out of reach.
Heaven forbid you have to reach for anything. Except for the camera, of course.
Exactly. Save that first.
Camera is way more important.
Lady Knights trying to get it over.
Lift.
Calling that a lift. Timeout called.
Nope, that was not timeout. That is the second set.
Oh, that was second set. Sorry, thought that was timeout.
19.
I'm too busy watching the action. I'm not watching the scoreboard. That's your job.
I know. Well, I'm a little behind because I'm trying to keep up with our social media at the time. And normally our social media director does this for me.
Exactly.
And she's not able to join us this evening.
Recovering from an injury.
More family from Carly watching from West Palm Beach, Florida. Welcome, Jody.
Oh, well, now I'm going to have to get out a map and figure out which one's farther. Is it Jody or is it Heidi?
Maybe they're in the same location.
Well, that would be kind of cool.
Or at least the same town.
As we said, COVID regulations are trying to... Now, just so you know, as was we mentioned earlier, we said, and there's 2 people in our seat right now, so we're going to have to kick them out. But right up there
Oh, she's
at
a teacher. We can kick her out.
no, no, not there. The one in orange. That's where I'm going to
Oh,
be
okay.
sitting. We'll be getting the senior night from up there, so we'll have a bird's eye view all the way down here to the courts. So that way we can actually shoot over the umpire's head.
And get you some of that net action.
Yes, Randy wanted to see some net battles happening. We'll be all the way up there focused down, so we're going to see all of it. And if he's in our way, then I'm just taking him out at the knees, you know?
We'll make him ref from his knees.
Exactly. Or bring in Roger Berger. I know it never had a problem shooting over Roger Berger's head.
We appreciate all of our viewers, as do our students. The students of Lake Havasu High School always appreciate the people that watch and comment. And they do watch these. They watch the games after they're done. Read the comments.
Yes, they do. Sometimes they reply to the comments. Sometimes it just means enough for an athlete to see a name on there that they recognize. I know that even in this time, you took the time out of your busy Thursday night to watch them. We know you could be doing lots of other things. The fact you all are joining us out here means the world to us, means the world to them, as well as Mr. Becker, the LHHS staff, Mr. Zampona.
So something to keep in mind, these students did not get their normal season. They didn't get to even try out until way later than they normally do. They have not had the normal number of practices. Their season has been abbreviated. There's so much right now that is just not normal about their lives. So, and of course, not being able to pack the stands has also been an issue. So these students really appreciate those that are watching. We are set and ready to go for the third game.
Not quite set yet. Conversation happening.
They're checking the lineups, making sure that everybody's in the correct place. It is a best 3 out of 5 game set. And if you didn't notice, we mentioned it during the JV games, but we wanted to mention it here too. You may have noticed that the teams are not switching sides like they normally do in between sets, and that is, of course, new COVID regulations, so that we don't have to disinfect chairs in between. There's no sharing. Same goes with their greeting as well as their good game.
Exactly. They kind of wave.
As we begin our third game, Reese Myers is at the serving line for the Knights.
Expect the Knights to come out strong and fast again. Not going to rest on their heels. Tipped on the fingers. Then went out, pointing to the Tigers. Appreciate you saying that, Kathy. One of our very top fans. Dear woman in my heart, miss you greatly. When this is over, Miss Thompson, you are going to join me in the booth. Now we're going to call one of your son's games. Oh yes, but I was meaning in relation that she is Coach Thompson's mom. And I'd like to get her opinion sometimes of his coaching calls. Rylan Smith on the serve here.
I was muted.
So I was talking to myself. That's okay.
You were talking to yourself.
Fans know I'm crazy.
I think we all know that.
Battle at the net, back and forth.
Knights taking that back out, try and get the back to trying to get that reset into that offset spike routine where they can Carrie Thompson says nice. Carrie Thompson, the recently retired head coach of the Lady Knights volleyball team.
And as you can tell, she's still watching her girls.
Still watching the girls. She coached them for many years.
I think she liked the idea of having Carl's mom in the booth.
The Thompsons, a staple in the sports community in Havasu.
Yes, they are. And that's the way the Knights get control of the ball back.
They definitely needed that. Mackenzie Pollard serving. Just not able to get that defense at the net to fall the way they want. We have some substitutions coming in for the Millenium.
So the Tigers with a 3-point lead. Deep serve.
Knights are talking to each other. They're communicating. The ball isn't going the way they want it to go.
Execution will come after that. We know the Knights reminiscent of Rocky Balboa. The more they're in that court, the more they're fighting it, the stronger they get. Timeout, Havasu.
So this is the third game in the best 3 out of 5 series for the Lake Havasu Knights versus the Millenium Tigers.
Millennium Tigers also wearing pink jerseys that we do believe is a head nod to cancer awareness.
Breast cancer awareness is the month of October.
Yes, it is. Now, great. We just had someone walk into the camera saying, thank goodness they're short and they can't be seen by the camera. They didn't know the microphone was on, though, so. She'll be heard, not seen.
That is correct.
Of course, I could be an evil cameraman and go, that was the person who just walked into the camera.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I like that. You tell me don't do it after I did it.
After you do it. Yeah, I know. Well, I can only control so much.
That's why I did it as I was saying it. As they're getting ready after the timeout.
So
Referee's getting back in position.
Havasu hoping to interrupt the momentum of Millenium.
Bounce right back off of the net, back at him.
Just not able to get that back from that defense of the net. They have some tall defenders at the net.
Tall defenders, and they just talk about airtime. They time the jumps just right.
They do.
Get the maximum lift.
They're really good at defending that net, reading the ball. You have to hand it to short people, Brian says.
Exactly. We resemble that remark, Brian. Drops almost in no man's land. Knights trying to put it away.
Knights trying to defend that and just could not get that to go the way they wanted it to go.
Tigers now with an 8-point lead.
Short ball. Dropped it right where there was no one there. Looks like we have a substitution. Number 7, Maddie Dara, going to the bench with number 1, Monet Land. Scored 2-11 in favor of the Tigers. Outside the net there.
Outside of the pole, which right in between the ref's head and the pole, not that we could see from this angle, but we will be able to see Monday. Goes for the dig right there. Now, referee called fingertip on the ball and the floor, saying she did not get the hand completely underneath it. Millenium thought she had.
In favor of the Knights. That was a drop right in front of the net.
Great view for the official. Knights trying to save this one. And they do. Jody, there actually is. We actually have promised that the next one we're going to be up in the stands. We have booked those seats. We had to leave them open the first 2 times for COVID to see exactly who was going to come because no one has sat up there. We're going to be claiming that. And we will have a bird's eye view that we will be actually able to see all of the half court and all of the action.
Brian says, let's get a run, Lady Knights. Let's do this. I agree. Unfortunately, that is not what we're looking for.
Tigers get it back. Ladies Knights, also when you look at the expression of them as they're playing, they're leaving it all on the floor right now.
5-13, Tigers in the lead. A little bit of miscommunication there on the Knights, but they were able to overcome that.
That one hits the ground right in no man's land.
Right in front of the feet of the rear defenders.
I just got in trouble. No, that was Brian. That was Brian. Brian, help. The fans are coming at me. I can't sacrifice you.
He got in trouble, folks.
This is what happens.
For his little stunt there with the camera. So
Knights get the point.
that was an excellent, excellent serve.
This is why we need a little more delay so I can run for safety.
Yeah. And number 1, Monet Land with that serve. She did a great job there. Unfortunately, the Knights could not capitalize.
Right on the line there. Seven to 15. Knights were looking to make a run, need to get the ball back here on this serve, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The ball's going to hit the net. Huge opportunity for the Knights. Last night, multiple times we saw them get a run of 7 or 8 points. They put that on right now. We're going to be doing great.
Maddie Dara on the serve.
That one goes out the back.
Point for the Knights. Let's do this, Knights.
This is the start of the run I was talking about, was Brian and I watched last night. Millenium puts it up. Knights right there, ready to go. Just a bit outside. 9 to 16. Still not an impossible task.
Number 16 coming in for number 11. 16, Carly Crook. So all of her family watching in Florida. She's on the court.
Coming in for the Tigers is Bianca Perez and Ava Prince.
That one bounces right back out off the hit.
Correction, Anna Flowers is in for the Tigers.
ball falls
Deflected
where there is
back.
no night. Jody says thank you.
My pleasure, Jody.
Nice, off the hands.
Fingertip contact made as that ball went flying.
Excellent spike by the Knights. Reese Myers now at the serving line. Not only was that in, but it was off the fingertips there. Point goes back to the Tigers, and they are able now to
10-19. Knights need to get the point back here. Want to keep the deficit at least within single digits.
and
That one goes long.
a little too hard on that hit.
Timeout Havasu.
Take this opportunity to remind you that you are watching Havasu Online TV. We are an all-volunteer organization. We depend on sponsorships as well as donations. So if you are enjoying our broadcast, please consider donating or buying us a virtual coffee on ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/Havasu Online TV. Every penny helps us repair equipment, upgrade equipment, expand the broadcast, and continue to bring you all of the night sports.
All the night sports. And, folks, it is amazing actually what just a couple coffees will do. Already our coffee crowd has taken us halfway to repairing the part of the rig that I'm running right now with the fingertips that's supposed to have an LED screen to tell me what's happening. I have to do it blind. As after 5 years, it's taken a couple hits. But I want to thank my coffee crew out there. Soon it will be up and running with the new generation of rig. And that one's going to bounce off the net as well, trading points.
Knights 11, Tigers 21.
Knights desperately need to hang on here. Millenium only needing 4 points to put this away. Knights.
I have to say, for facing off against the number 2 seeded team in the state, the Knights are hanging in pretty well.
12-21, that one's for the Knights. McKenzie with the serve.
Mackenzie Pollard with the serve. And she's a good, strong server. Oh, digging that off the floor. Just could not get underneath it.
Number 5, Reese Myers going for the dig.
These ladies, I tell you, self-sacrificing. They throw their bodies on the floor to get to that ball.
Well, he's not here to say it, but if Brian threw himself on the floor, he wouldn't be getting up like that. So.
Me neither. That's for sure.
No. I wouldn't either, but I wouldn't throw myself on the floor. Now he's trying to keep it alive. Millenium gets it back over.
Barely kept that one alive.
That one's going way out of town. The Knights.
On the Knights, they needed that. Going to the serving line is number 3, Olivia LeGrand.
Olivia LeGrand looking to close this gap. They need 9. A big dig by the Knights there.
Hard spike and a really
Another one by the dig. Another one by the Knights. 4 huge defensive plays. The Knights just couldn't get it that last one.
All right.
13-23. And the Knights have not given up yet. playing each point as if it is the most important point they've got. Slight touch. Millenium was waiting for it. That one bounces off the front hands. That one's into the net.
Defended at the net by the Knights. That was an excellent defense at the net.
Never giving up. That's exactly what this team is doing, never giving up. But now we're in a tight situation. Monet Land looking to take it and close it off.
And into the net. Unfortunately, that puts the Tigers at 24. They are 1 point away from putting away this game and winning the whole series.
Olivia Flanagan has had an excellent night tonight by Millenium.
She has. Millenium players are definitely talented.
That's a battle at the net. They're not giving up. The Knights say, we're not done yet.
Knights are battling back.
15-24. Every point now, game point. Knights have the serve, but they have to keep it alive.
Maddie Dar at the line to serve.
Knights need to go on a 12-point streak right here. Trying to keep it alive, and Millenium puts it away right there.
That at the end of the third set, it is Knights 15, Tigers 25, and that makes for a clean sweep in 3 matches.
3 matches, 3-0. But I've got to tell you right now, this was a lot tighter of a game than even what the score represent. The Knights, while they were battling and on the losing streak of the battle, they sung in for every single one.
The Knights really battled through every single score, and I have to say, I'm impressed.
Very impressed. Both weekend days, the Knights walk away with their head held high. Now, if you like what you've enjoyed and you've enjoyed seeing it and enjoyed being a part of this broadcast, our social media coordinator shouts out again. If you like what you see, support Havasu Online TV on Coffee. That's https coffee.com/Havasu Online TV. Buying us a virtual coffee. All that money goes right back into the stream, which we use to help with the broadcast, repair rigs, and buy new equipment. And on behalf of myself, Julia, Mr. Becker, all of...
Before we sign off, we should probably say one last time, our signature sponsor for this evening, Anderson Auto Group. Again, we are grateful for their support. They help out our teams. And again, great people, great family, and great business. Super, super great people to do business with. And Jody, thank you for the compliment. We appreciate it. And we'll hope to see you and hear from you guys again soon. Again, we will be broadcasting tomorrow at Varsity Game. It is also senior night for the varsity football players as well as the marching band.
Exactly.
And then we'll be back again on Monday here in the arena to do Varsity Volleyball.
And their senior night
on Monday. So join us again. Thank you so much, and we'll hope to see you all very, very soon.
That was a good one. Sign us off. We're done for the night. This is Havasu Online TV. Take care. Bye.